Welcome to the Immortals, a space care series by Sean Narden. The Immortals is a part of a series of future events that could happen in the world someday. The Immortals is a book 3 in the series. There will be 5 to 9 books in total. This is the first one we have written on the Space Care series, so we hope you enjoy the story. And to give you some pre-introduction, in the year 3229, a scientist that goes by the name of Dr. Nasty discovered the secret of immortality. He ended up sharing the secret with the human race, and we've forever been changed since. Space Fleet 33. It's been forever since I felt the pool. I've nearly forgotten the feeling. The pool? What about the ocean, the hot sand? Do you remember that? No, not really. I'm looking forward to rediscovering the sensation of hot sand between my toes again, though. As am I. Then an announcement goes off on the intercom. We are entering Earth's solar system any moment now. Space Care says they have a surprise for us. A surprise? Yeah, a few moments later, as the space fleet has entered Earth's known solar system, the solar system lights up green. There are thousands of them, thousands of green flashes throughout the solar system, all strobing with green lights. Yeah, every light you see is a Space Care traveler. Space Care is retrieving each and every one by one. It's a beautiful sight, oh yeah. Starfleet 333 makes its way back to Earth from a long journey in space. Welcome, Starfleet 33. How was your trip? One reporter asked. It was wonderful. We discovered many things that lie outside our solar system. Oh, really? Like what? New elements. New elements? Wow. What was the secret to your guys' successful mission? All glory goes to God and His grace. Reporter. Super powerful, thank you. Anytime. Then jump to a scene of a man sitting at his desk watching the news. Starfleet 33 making a successful landing on Earth. Any updates on that potential planet? No, not yet, sir, but it seems very promising from what I can tell. Good. Jump to the pilot of Starfleet 33's home before he left for his mission. As he opens the door, he yells, "Spunky? Are you here, boy?" Then a big white husky comes racing from the other room. Wow, you've grown so much since the last time I've seen you. Then his wife comes into the scene. Their eyes meet, and his wife drops the cup she was holding, and it scatters on the ground. Babe? Babe, as he runs up to her. I'm home. Wife, I know I've been dreaming of this day since the day you left, as she wraps her arms around him. Now, let's jump to a scene of a lab testing this new sleep medicine for warm-blooded animals. Moo. It seems to be working and slow down the animal's aging process of this animal significantly. I believe we've increased the lifespan of this animal significantly. Good. She will be perfect for the Ark. The man takes a good look at the animal, about ready to fall asleep, and says, "Transport her onto the Ark." Yes, sir. At this point in the story, the world has constructed a giant spaceship called the Ark. Its purpose is to transport its passengers to new worlds. They are currently loading it with certain types of animals. Now jump to a shot of the pilot of Starfleet 33 sitting on the couch, watching the nightly news. Space Fleet 333 has successfully landed. Returned home this morning. Space Captain Peter Gray had this to say: "All glory go to God for letting us return home safely. If it weren't for Him, we wouldn't be here." Peter, that's me, with a huge smile on his face. That's right, too. All glory go to God, forever and always. Peter, I love you. I love you, honey. I love you, too. Jump to a shot of the Ark being worked on, and animals being transported to it. Over here, one worker yells to his forklift operator. Over here, as he sets down a huge box of survival food. An entire row of them. Now jump to a shot of a commander of the Ark, talking to another commander on the Ark, peeking over the main hall room. "Ahoy, the Ark should be ready to launch within 2 weeks from now, sir." Excellent. As he looks looks out in the unknown universe. He turns around and notices one of the workers. He points at her and asks, "Who is she?" The other commander says, "That's Liv Grace. She's a new onboard. Her father was super wealthy and gave her everything. She's a great girl. She's beautiful," he says. "Yeah, she's definitely one of the better looking candidates on board. Yeah, most definitely." Liv looks up from her post and catches eye contact with the crew member looking down at her. She quickly looks away and gets back to work. Now, jump to Liv Grace's perspective. Gosh, talking to her camera. "We're going to be the first to successfully inhabit a planet outside our solar system someday. I'm so excited, I can't wait." Liv uploads her video to the Ark and Facebook. Her phone starts buzzing with notifications from friends and family. "Can't wait to see you when you get back. Have a safe trip. We'll miss you. Good luck." Liv, not knowing what to say, simply lays in her bed and cuddles with a blanket. Now jump to a flashback of Peter's mission in space. "We're passing through the asteroid belt, so everyone strap yourself in." Peter says to the crew, "Now these small asteroids come out of nowhere sometimes. Remember what happened to Fleet 2-1? Yes, boss. We don't want that happening to us, do we?" "No, boss. So strap yourself in and keep your eyes peeled." Peter intensifies as he navigates through the asteroid belt, nearly missing a 4-foot asteroid to his right. "Watch out," Angel screams. I know, Peter yanks the wheel. "Watch out to the left, Peter, incoming a 95-footer. I see it. Main thrusters increase speed by 5%. The spacecraft accelerates, avoiding a collision. The crew says, "Wow, that was close. See, I told you I got this. I never doubted you for a second." And then Peter wakes to his alarm clock going off. Beep, beep, beep. Then Alexa answers him. "Morning, Captain Peter." "Morning, Alexa. How's the weather like today?" "Mostly sunny with a spotted showers. I'd be wise to bring an umbrella or a light jacket." "Okay, thank you, Alexa." "Anytime, sir. Should I notify your maid of what you'd like for breakfast this morning?" "Yes. What options do we have available?" "Please check menu options. Available." A screen pops up on display. A list of options appear. Peter chooses Greek strawberries, yogurt with a bagel and a fruit basket. "Good choice, sir. It'll be ready in 5 to 10 minutes for you." "Okay, thank you." Peter jumps in the shower and gets dressed. Then he goes downstairs and greets his wife at the table. His wife chooses waffles, strawberries. "Wife, how'd you sleep, honey?" "Peter, great. Our mattress is so much better than the bunks on the ship." The wife chuckles and says, "Haha, yeah, I bet. Speaking of which, are you required to go into the office at all today?" "Yes, around 10:30. I have a briefing and a congratulations meeting before that." "Okay, yeah, if you need to go, I'll clean up for you." "Okay, thank you, love." Peter makes his way to the office. He's welcomed by the chief of his department, and the whole department congratulates him. Peter, his old secretary, runs up to him. "Monica, is that you?" "Yes, Peter, it's me." "Wow, you look so much better. It's been forever since I've seen you. You've aged well." "Monica, yep. Thank you so much. You've always aged, you've aged quite a bit yourself. Last time I saw you, you were pretty beefy." "Yeah, being in space and only eating space food will do that to you." "Wow." "Monica, well, it's great to see you. Come over here. I want to show you something." Monica pulls out a picture of her and the Fleet 3-3 before they departed. "I kept it on my desk to always remind myself of you." "Oh, you shouldn't have, but thank you." "Yeah, we even left your office the same way you kept it." "Wow, you guys sure did. Thank you so much." "Yeah, I'll let you be if you need me. Anything you know. Anything you know how to reach me. Buzzer or a button still?" "Yep," Monica says. Monica walks out of the room. Peter looks around his office, admiring all the medals and photos on the walls and shelves. He sees a picture of his wife and him hanging on a necklace. He nearly falls to his knees, bawling his eyes out. Peter says to himself, "It's so nice to be home." Then Peter sits in his chair, leans back, and lets out a big exhale. By now, Peter's meeting is about to begin. He opens his work laptop, logs into Zoom, and dials into the call. He's greeted by the Attorney General and some high members of Congress. Welcome, Peter. First of all, we just want to take a second to congratulate you. It takes a bravery and courage to do what you did. You and Space Fleet 33 did. And for becoming one of our number one pilots in the world, we wanted to reward you today with a Nobel Peace Prize in the name of science and space exploration. We hereby provide this plaque and certificate of service to the United States and the rest of the world. Congress, do you have anything you'd like to say to the American people and the rest of the world? Peter pauses. Yes I do. I'd like to take a moment to thank the crew of Fleet 3, the aerospace engineers, and the scientists who all played a part in making a mission like this achievable. Congress nods their head in agreement and thanks Peter. We all clap in congratulations. Thank you. End transmission. Peter sighs and leans back in his chair and closes his eyes. Then he hears a knock on the door. It's Monica, your security briefing is coming up. Okay, I'm ready, just give me a second. As you wish. Peter prepares for a security briefing. Now, jump to a shot of a NASA base. There are two scientists observing in unknown galaxies. These scientists are observing what they think may be a planet 2.5 times the size of Earth and inside the Goldilocks zone. Scientists say any second now it'll come into view. Any second now. As they zoom in, they can see closer and closer into the planet. The scientists gasp as they zoom in. One of the scientists' glasses nearly falls off as he jumps back. There are clouds. There's water. There are land masses. There looks to be vegetation, trees, forests, the size of North America, an abundance of materials. They end up focusing on this specific planet all day. They spot two moons orbiting around it, one of the size of our moon, and one a bit smaller in size. Scientists, I don't know what to say, me either. Scientists, it's close by a region of space that was created a few billion years after ours, when the galaxy first formed. Scientists, whoa, what do we do? Well, according to protocol, we alert the media about our discovery and notify the president. Okay, I'll contact the media and notify them. I'll notify the president. Both the scientists leave their room shocked and hyped to oblivion. The new Earth. Jump to Peter giving his debriefing. Peter sits down in front of a Homeland Security officer in a briefing room. Is your name Peter Gray, Captain of Starfleet 33? Yes, sir. You guys departed Earth on July 9th, 3245 at 6 p.m. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, can you tell me about your mission and how it went, scenario by scenario, please? Well, Peter says, our mission was to explore the outer reaches of our solar system and to pick up space care travelers as we went along. Homeland Security Officer, okay, were you able to reach the outer limits of our solar system then? Peter answers by saying, why yes we were. We were able to successfully reach the outer limits of the solar system. We went a little farther than Pluto, like right past its orbit around the sun. That's as far as we went, and we stayed out there, conducted missions before turning back. Homeland Security, so you successfully navigated through the asteroid belt then, twice? Correct? Yes, correct. It was a bitch going through it, but we found an opening at the right time. I see. Yeah, we've lost a fair amount of spacecrafts because of that belt. I'm glad your team was successful. Thank you, sir. So you can tell me about your team? What was it like being stuck with them for 4 years? Well, Angel, my second in command, the only Mexican on the fleet, has been friends with me since middle school. We went to space flight school together and passed the top of our class together. So we had a great connection to begin with, and we were able to talk things out. Marcus, our defense and weapons crew member, he was a little bit of a madman. Why was he a madman? He wanted to blast a lot of stuff. Did you let him? Well, while we were in deep in the abyss, before we turned around, An unknown sensor popped up on our radar for a couple of seconds. We sent transmissions in that direction, stating who we were and to have them please comply, but received no response. So yes, we did let Marcus fire 3 warning shots in that general direction. What if it was another space fleet, he asked. It wasn't. We conducted home base about a potential fleet being out there. We asked if they knew about a space fleet that could possibly be out past the abyss. They said there was no one out there but us. This spooked Marcus, so we let him fire 3 warning shots to settle our nerves. I don't know if you understand the true vastness of space and just how creepy it truly can be. No, I don't. Feel free to describe it the best you can if you're comfortable. Peter, it's almost like nothing exists out there. It's a ghost field, like a ghost town, but there's nothing, literally nothing for millions of miles. If you spot something unusual, like potential alien life, if they're hostile, we gotta be prepared for anything. So it was a rather spooky moment, sir. Could this thing have been a space gear traveler? Just curious? No, we searched the area and deployed our scans with the web network, and it showed that no travelers were out there, or even close. It was a graveyard. So were you able to identify what it was? Well, we headed out there in that direction, but by the time we reached our desired destination, whatever was there was gone. No signs of it. That's impossible. What direction was it heading? Opposite of us. It was heading towards the web's defense system. Interesting. Do you remember what day this was and at what time? It was around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Kevin, our radio transmission crew, raised the alarm and woke me up about this unknown object. Okay, did you notify home base about this possible unidentified object? Yes and no. When we called home base about it, they were 100% unaware of what we were talking about, so we decided to fire the 3 warning shots in that proximity. Homeland Security, did you hit anything? No, the rockets just kept going until we self-detonated them. Okay, I see. That's enough questions for today. Thank you, Peter. Anytime, sir. Now jump to a scene of Peter arriving at home and turning on the nightly news. Breaking news flashed across the screen. Scientists believe they have discovered the new Earth. This planet was recently discovered in a galaxy not too far away. It has all the elements similar to Earth. However, it's 2.5 times the size. And get this, it has 2 moons. The other reporter says, imagine that, 2 moons? Wow. Peter says to his wife, wow, that planet is very promising. It has potential. Potential? Yes, potential planet for the Ark to travel to. Wife, oh, I see. Well, that's pretty neat. I drove to a shot at the Ark. NASA may have discovered the planet we've been searching for, sir. Mysterious man. I know I've been reviewing it for the past several hours. Should I alert the crew? Possibly give me a few days, sir. Yes, sir. Now jump to a shot of Liv Grace chilling in her space apartment watching the news. She shouts, waking her bunkie up. NASA may have discovered the new Earth. We're heading to the promised land. Bunkie, oh hush, you know how these things play out. They say that all the time. Liv Grace, no, this one's different. I can feel it. It's rich with oxygen, water, and land masses. It's perfect, trust me. What's so different about this one than all the others we've discovered? I don't know. I can just sense it. I understand. Well, keep me up to date. I'm going back to bed. We have a big day ahead of us. Now jump to a scene of one scientist briefing the current U.S. president of this discovery. Scientist, Mr. President, we are 100% positive that this planet we've discovered can or will be able to harbor life. Mr. President, oh yeah, why's that? It has all the elements necessary for the life to exist. It is oxygen, water, and multiple land masses. So why have we discovered this planet sooner, and where is it located? It's in a section of our solar system we haven't fully discovered yet, and the reason we weren't able to discover it before is because of 3 years of our time. It's actually undiscoverable and blocked by the sun because of our solar alignments. Scientists, what I mean is the time it takes this planet to orbit the sun is much larger than ours. The yearly cycle is different. Mr. President, okay, I understand now. So how certain are you that this is the planet? Well, we can never truly be 100% certain of anything until we get there. I'm warned about my life on it. Mr. President, okay, I believe you. I'll notify the Alliance members and other allies of this discovery and send word that this may be it. Great work. Thank you, sir. The President holds a press conference. My American people, it's come to my attention that 2 NASA employees at one of our research centers has discovered possible new Earth. This Earth has potential to harbor life. So this message is a message to our Alliance members and the rest of the world that the U.S. government is initiating the Ark's journey to this new land in the name of science and space exploration. Jump to a scene of 2 men on the Ark. The President of the United States pre-authorized our departure, sir. I know, I saw it. What are we gonna do? Notify the crew of potential departure and put them on high alert. Have them be ready at a moment's notice. Aye, Captain. Also, bring me Peter, the captain of Space Fleet 33. I need to talk to him. Yes, sir, as you wish. Now jump to Peter and his wife watching the presidential broadcast. Wife says, wow, you're right, it does have the potential. The president is pre-authorizing the Ark's departure. Peter, yeah. Jump to a shot of the Ark, and they're loading some more animals on board. Ark dispatcher, the rules clearly state that we only have enough room for 2 of each animal, 1 female, 1 male. Yes, boss. So why in the world do we have 7 elks, 8 mooses, and 5 giraffes? I don't know. Get these animals off here and back in the wild. They're probably traumatized by now. Yes, sir. Jeez, as he looks around and all the extra animals on board the ship. Jump to a scene. Jump to a scene of Liv Grace in her room. She wakes her bunkie up. See, I told you. Told me what? We're departing. The President of the United States has pre-authorized our departure. What? She quickly checks social media and sees the notice. Oh my God, we're finally. Yes, like 2 little girls screaming over cake. Liv Grace. I know. Oh my God. They walk out into the cafeteria and the bunkie lets out a scream. We're going to space! The whole cafeteria erupts in excitement and cheers. They walk to the deli. Liv says, I'd like a turkey breast sandwich with extra mayo on it. Bunkie says, you don't like mayo, do you? Liv says, no, not really, but I figured it may be the last time we'll ever be able to taste it in this life, at least for a while. The monkey says, oh, I see, I'll get the same. Then an announcement goes off over the intercom. Everyone on board the Ark, please report to your desired destination. You have 60 minutes. Liv and her bunkie both look at each other and finish their meal. They rush to their proper station. I repeat, this is not a drill. Everyone report to their station. You have 60 minutes. Jump to a scene of Peter at his office, and his secretary rushes in. Peter, the captain of the Ark needs to speak to you. Peter says, oh, okay, about what? Secretary says, I don't know. They won't say. He's online too. Peter picks the phone off his desk and says, hello, this is Peter. How may I help you? Someone replies, this is the second in command for the Ark. We are requesting your service upon our ship. Peter says, what, are you serious? I just got back home a few weeks ago. Second in command, yes, we're aware of your situation, sir. We're offering you a spot on the Ark. You'll be our chief pilot. Peter says, what about my wife? What about my crew? We're offering your wife a spot as well if she wishes to come on this journey. And we will allow you to bring Angel as well. Peter says, Angel? Yes, Angel, you guys seem to work well together. We respect that. Peter, okay. Peter says, okay, let me talk to my wife real quick. So Peter calls his wife. Hey, honey, I have something to tell you. Yes, honey? The second in command of the Ark gave me a call today. Yes. And they want me to pilot the ship to the new Earth. What? Are you serious, Peter? Are you serious? Please tell me you're kidding. This better not be a joke, Peter. Peter says, it isn't, babe. They offered you a spot on the ship as well. I'm currently on hold with the second in command. They need an answer today, though. The wife says, of course, honey, as she screams with excitement. Of course I'm going the Ark with you. Peter says, thanks, my love. Peter hangs up and returns to the call with the second in command. You have a deal. We'll come. Second in command, okay, I've sent word your arrival on board the Ark to our team. Thank you for your service and welcome on board the Ark. Peter says, thank you, sir. We'll be there as soon as possible. The second in command says, sounds good. When you get here, we'll give you a full detailed report on the Ark. Peter rushes home to see his wife and notify Angel, his second in command, about what's going on. Peter contacts Angel on his way home. Angel answers. Angel, you want to pilot the Ark with me, bro? What? Yeah, they offered me a position as chief pilot. They also said I could bring you along. Heck yeah, let's ride, brother, let's ride. Peter makes it home and rushes to his wife. Babe, I'm home. Wife comes in the scene. I'm almost packed, honey. I packed your clothing as well. Peter says, thank you, honey. Did you grab my lucky pair of shorts? Oh, the shorts you nearly died in while scaling that rock wall? Yes, those. No, but I'll grab them for you. Peter says, thanks, and have you talked to the maid about our travels? Yes, she's willing to take Spunky for us. Peter says, okay, tell her she can have the house too. The wife says, what, the house? Yeah, she can have it. She knows everything about it, and this may be our last gift to her ever. Wife says, okay, I understand. A Filipino lady walks on the scene. Both Peter and his wife say, the house is yours, bye, and they rush out the door. And then Peter and his wife make their way to the airport and route towards the Ark main base. Peter and his wife arrive. They've greeted by the Ark Starfleet commander. Welcome, Captain Peter. Please come with me, and we'll get you on board the ship. We want to give you a quick rundown of the Ark and its capability. Have you ever flown a ship with quad-turbo propulsion systems before? Peter, no. The most I've flown was 2, but those are in space school. Okay, well, no worries. The Ark has a quad-turbo propulsion system with unique anti-gravity and force field technology. It'll most likely be the safest ship you've ever flown. I hope so, Peter says. We also have an elite team of fighter ships on board this that we can deploy at a moment's notice. Peter says, okay. And we have plenty of Octas and space nets on board to capture, intercept, and relocate asteroids on our way. Peter, sweet owls love me a great Octa. She looks back at Peter. Have you ever deployed an Octa before? No worries. Our elite team has successfully deployed and retrieved well over 300 asteroids altogether. Peter, wow, so this is quite the crew, eh? Best of the best with a smile on her face. Are you ready to board the ship? Peter says, of course, ready as I would be. Okay, let's hop on board the space shuttle. They ride the space shuttle on board the Ark. Peter's eyes light up as he steps off the transportation shuttle and sees the deployment bay. All he sees is spaceship after spaceship, Octa after Octa, as far as the eye can see. Peter, wow, I'm in awe right now. I don't know what to say. Well, follow me. We'll take you to the command post and let you get a feel for the view. Peter falls to the main control post as he's walking. Liv Gray sees him. She stops and pauses for a second, then says, "Oh my God, that's Peter from Starfleet 33. What's he doing here?" Co-worker answers, "He's our new pilot." What? No way. Co-worker, says, yeah, he's our pilot. You didn't hear the news? Liv says, no, I didn't. No one informed me of this. Coworker, yeah, I feel safe in Peter's hands. I do too, he's like the best pilot in the world. Jump to a scene of Peter entering the main control panel. This is your seat as he stares off from the great distance of the abyss. A smile appears on his face. Wow. So incredible. I'm honored to be here right now at this current moment in time. Soak it up. We'll be ready to depart tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. sharp. Peter says, okay. Message flashes across the screen. The Ark depart tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Time. And people all over the globe are cheering. People saluting. Nations of people are paying their respects in hopes of a successful journey. That night, Liv calls her mom on a video conference. Hey, Mom. So, this may be the last time we're on the same Earth together. And I just wanted to say, I love you. I love you so, so much. You are the world to me. And I'll think about you every single day. You are the best mom in the world to me. I love you. Liv's mom says, I'm so proud of you. Your dad will be so excited for you. You know, growing up, Liv, you were my princess, my little princess. As you grew into adulthood, you became a beautiful young princess or queen. I love you more than you know. Then Liv, here's the intercom. Lights out in 30 minutes. Everyone please finish what it is you're doing and head to your bunk. Peter and his wife are escorted to their private bunk on the main floor of the Ark. This will be your bunk, sir. By all means, please feel free to use any service you wish. Have a great night. Sleep tight. Peter looks to his wife. She rolls into bed and undresses. Peter cuddles up next to her. Peter whispers in her ear, I love you. I travel across the galaxy and back and forth just to see your pretty smile. She blushes and says, I travel across the galaxy just to make you happy. Oh, do you remember when we first met? His wife says, yeah, I was working at a server at Outback, and you were telling me you were just accepted into the academy. I knew the moment I saw your number on the table, that you were the one for me. I saw a future in you. Peter says, yeah, I saw a wife in you that day. And here we are now, less than 24 hours away, from sailing off from the cosmos together. Who would have thought? His wife says, oh, I know, baby, this is my most exciting moment of my life. Me too, Peter says. Lights out in 5 minutes. His wife says, we should probably get some rest. Okay, night. I love you. They both fall asleep within a few minutes of each other. And that night, God pulls Peter up to the heavens in a dream. At 6 a.m. the next morning, the first intercom for the morning shift comes on. Peter wakes up, feeling so refreshed. His wife wakes up a few minutes after him. She opens her eyes and says, morning, honey. Peter says, morning, babe, how'd you sleep? Wife says, great, the first night on the Ark was incredible. I slept like a baby. Peter says, as I did. As did I. I had a dream I met God. He shared some stories with me. His wife says, what, really? Peter says, yeah, we were looking over a valley admiring the beauty of this new world. We walked through the meadows, and he said we are destined to arrive. His wife goes, wow. Peter says, yeah. And the intercom turns on. Captain Peter, please report to the main deck to prepare for launch. Peter says, we should go. And his wife says, okay. Peter makes his way to the main deck, and it's greeted by the staff. Welcome aboard the Ark. We're glad to have you as our pilot, sir. We're ready to prepare for launch. When you are, just give us the signal. Peter looks around at his crew. He sees Angel to his left. They both smile at each other, and Peter takes a seat in his chair. Peter says, fire up the engines. Aye, aye, Captain. The crew screams, aye, aye. The engines start to roar. Fumes blow out of the exhaust, and the Ark begins to shift and wait. As people in the Ark witness it, across the globe, the Ark begins to fire up its engines. The crew gives a signal to depart. The sirens blare, the lights signaling a readiness to begin flash yellow. One of the command posts says, "We're still docked, releasing the anchor in 30 seconds. Peter, Roger," and a countdown begins. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 24, 22, 20, 15, 10. The whole crew and the whole world begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ark releases anchor and it begins to move forward. The whole world watches as the Ark slowly floats away and off into the distance. Once at a safe distance from Earth, Peter yells, "Full throttle ahead!" The crew, "Aye aye, Captain, aye aye." The Ark makes its way towards the new Earth. A few weeks go by and they reach the asteroid belt. "Sir, there's no clear path." A flashback occurs to the first space mining ideas, and Peter decides to release the Octas. The Ark releases 5 of their 15 Octas. Octa 1, target and relocate the asteroid closest to us. Move to the left. "Yes, sir." An Octa slams into the asteroid and moves it out of harm's way. Octa 2 and Octa 3, target those to the right of us. "Yes, sir." Octa 2 and 3 successfully move the asteroids out to a safe distance. Octa 4 and 5, target the one right in front of us. "It may be too big. It's 180 feet wide," the crew yells. "Hit it!" The Octas hit it, but don't move it. Peter prepares to fire 3 tactical Tomahawk missiles. Fire. The missile blows apart the asteroid and it crumbles to dust before the Ark. The Ark proceeds to pass through the main sector of the belt with ease. "Great work, Captain." "Thank you. I owe it to the crew and the Ark." The Ark floats past Jupiter and the Ark announces to its crew, "To your left is Jupiter. You can see the eye has been storming for over 1,000,000 years now." The whole crew goes, "Whoa," as the Ark passes by. "We're going to be passing Neptune within a matter of a week now, and we'll be outside the solar system within a month." They end up sailing the Ark across the cosmos with little to no hiccups. It was a straight shot once they left the solar system. 3 years later, we are now entering the new Earth solar system. Ahead of us, we have 2 giant gas planets like Jupiter and Neptune back home, and 5 other similar planets. This solar system is like ours. However, it's much newer. It was created after ours. We believe that the Milky Way was forming in the early days. If you look ahead to your left, you'll see our new home off on the horizon. The Ark enters the new solar system and comes up next to the new planet. Peter, deploy transport shuttles. One by one, a majority of everyone on the Ark is transported to the new Earth. Liv touches down in a transport shuttle. She steps out and is looking over the most beautiful horizon she's ever seen. Peter walks up next to her. Then Peter yells, "Transport the animals!" And one by one, each animal brought along the Ark was transported to the new Earth in hopes of repopulating it. The end. Thank you for reading the Immortals, a Space Gear series of all. Please check out our other one for more information on this storyline. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smack the like button.